Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Edoggz Reviews. In this video I will be taking a look at the Transformers the Movie Studio Series 86-19 Leader Class Dinobot Snarl. This figure is for ages 8 and up. It does come packaged in robot mode, as you can see on the right hand side. This item was procured from GameStop when it was a pre-order. Let's take a look at the box so we can concentrate more on the figure. So on the front of the box we have this very nice picture of Snarl in this art mode in this fight scene. Not exactly sure where they pulled this from. It could be that one missing scene from the 1986 movie. It could be a thing. It could be something from the comic books. I would not know. On this side of the box we have Snarl up and close. On this side of the box, on this side, we have him in the robot mode. We have 31 steps to get him into the art mode. Here we have a piece of scenery called Battle of Autobot City. We'll take a look at that twice. And then we have the same picture. All in thinking they did was move the studio series from this side to that side. 86-19 up there, Leader Class on the bottom, Transformers the Movie on the top, and we have barcodes and product information and copyright infringement, you know, all that good stuff, right? So let's take a look at the backdrop, which is the Battle of Autobot City. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. Please excuse this the noise that's coming from my window. It must be, you know, a lot of traffic or something like that. But you can put your figure on the stage. You can pose it any way you see fit. This is what it looks like typically in the robot mode. We'll take a look at this again once we get it into the alt mode. Now inside of the box, we only get the instruction booklet, excuse me, and one weapon. Now he is missing two other weapons. He's supposed to have a gun and he's supposed to have a shoulder mounted weapon that goes on either shoulder. It doesn't matter which. But we only have this. And you can stick it into the hand. Right? Not a problem. Doesn't matter which hand, but you can put it there. Now there is another peg there. And you could possibly just, you know, maybe you want to put it on the shoulder. You know, that's a thing, you know. Well, when you get to the Dino mode, you can put it on the shoulder. Like that. There is a third place, but it's in the alt mode. We'll show that off later. Now, I like to address accessories. Now, I do have some accessories from JRC Designs. They're currently not making any more accessories. So I do not have a sword to match this pretty much this figure. Now, this first sword is for Grimlock. Now, to be honest, it's a little bit on the short side, and the angle is not exactly correct as the original masterpiece, let's say that. But he could hold it, but it's just too small for him. So if we did this, right, that's kind of too small for him, right? Next sword is this one. This is for Slag. And this one's a little better. Put it in his hand. Right? That looks better. Now, the sword I'm going to go with belongs to Sludge. This is Sludge sword. Right? Pop this in. That looks good. The only problem is there's a color matching going on here. As you can see, this red matches kind of sort of with the red of his body, and it kind of blends in and it kind of like disappears. So I wish these swords were silver instead of red, but that's a complaint for another time. Alright, so let's get into the looks of this figure. Let me give you up close look. This is what the figure looks up close from the front. Here we have it from the side. There we have it from the back. Very nice and clean. Nothing to complain about. From this side, we have the face right there. Very nice face. We have the nice Autobot symbol here. Now, this figure is missing a few details that could be corrected by stickers. Now, the original had like these white lines here on his chest, on both sides of his chest. They went with the gray So we're going to need gray stickers to go over this, if you will. Now the rest of the stickers will need to be positioned in the oat mode, and I'll just go through some of that real quick. Now for articulation, we can go like that on the arm, and you can twist. You can twist this around if you want to. Yep. And then we can bring this down. Need to. And if you straighten the arm out, you're going to bump into the tail. Not our fault. And going backwards, that's all you're going to get. The only thing that bothered me just a tiny bit. You have this large chunk for his shoulder, and then you got the large chunk for his forearm, and you got this very small bicep right here. But you can have this swivel right here. The hands are 360 degrees for the transformation. Let's bring that down. We're not ready for that. We can bring this up on the leg, very high kick for the leg. Bring it down on the knee. And I want to say that's a normal knee. Yeah, that's a normal knee. Right? We can bring it out here if we want to. We'll bring out the leg. And everything is on a very nice ratchet. Everything is holding into place, very tight. Thigh swivel right there, or the top of the hip. I should say a little bit below the hip. Right, we have an ankle rocker, which you have to disengage from these two tabs. There's these two holes and these two tabs back there. Right? Okay, so on this side, we're going to go backwards. That far on the thigh, and then we're going to go that far on the lower leg. There's no room for that. Right? We have swivel for the transformation on the waist, and for the face you can go 360 degrees. It's on a ball joint, as you can see there. Everything is nice. Now I do love this figure, and I don't mention that a lot about my figures that I buy, but I do like this one. I do love it. I do love it for what it is. Right? Right, so we're gonna bring the sword in because we're gonna be neating it. So it's gonna take 31 steps to get into the alt mode, and we're gonna start with the hands. So in the series, Transformer series, they always have their arms up like this, something like that, right? They always start here, and somehow they kind of lean over, and then the back flips up, and everything else is like automatic after that. And we're going to take the hands, we're starting this side, we're going to turn this around like that, and we're going to pull down on this leg here, his Dinobot leg, let's say that. And we're going to take this hand, we're going to plug it into this cavity. So you just flip this over like that, like that. We're going to turn the hand, this foot around, just to get it ready, right? Now we want to curl the forearm up like this, and we need to disengage the bicep from the shoulder like that. And there's a peg inside of here. Let me back off from the camera. There's a peg there, and there's a hole there. And just have to bring this up. And we have that going on. We're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. We're going to bring the arm down just to get it ready. We're going to turn at the fist like that. We're going to bring the Dinobot leg down like this. Turn the foot around. And then we're going to take this hand, we're going to make it disappear into the forearm. We're going to curl the forearm up. And again, there's a peg there and there's a hole there. And we need to disengage the bicep from the shoulder. Right? Like that. Don't worry, you're going to fix the feet way later on. All right. So next, we're going to take this piece. Now, this piece is separate in the box. You have to assemble it. It's very easy to do. But for now, we're just going to unplug this, right? We're going to take the head. You're going to push it inside this cavity. And we're going to bring this over like this. Right? We're not going to plug it into place because we need to do some extra stuff there. Right? Okay, so as long as we are in the right spot, we're going to take a look at the back. We're going to take the two tails. We're going to bring them together to form one. And that's good to go. Right, so we're going to lock the rockers into place because we're going to be moving those very soon. And we want to bring this up like that. We want to turn like so. All right, so just want to make sure I'm on the right side of this. Yes, I am on the right hand side. Okay, so we want to open this panel here, open this panel there, and we're going to get these yellow legs out. So we're going to just unpeg them, right? And you want to bring them up like so, and you want to flip them on the opposite side. And before I close this up, there's a rectangular port there, and then there's a peg there. So you just want to pop those like that. Do the same thing on the other side, and then you want to bring this up like so, like that. Put it over, bring it down. Right, so we have this going on. Right, as for the feet, you're going to bring these down, get those ready. As for this section right here, you want to get this ready as well, and you're going to peg these two together. Matter of fact, peg the legs together, get that ready. All right, so now what we have to do here is we're going to take this section, which was the feet, and we're going to flip them over on this side. Right, and there's a nice little gimmick here on the chest. You have to lift up on this chest so you can feed the feet inside of there. Bring the head out. It should be together. If they're not, you can just do that on your own. And these things, these panels, they plug inside here. This should be good to go. All of this should be good to go. All right, we're going to focus on this side. We're going to take these two panels and we're going to bring these together. Right, and you want to peg together. Right, then what you do next is you want to push. Make sure all of this is together like so. And you take this panel, you plug it down. Take this panel, you plug that down. Everything else is going to be very easy. So you're going to take the legs, bring it down, unfold. Bring this leg down, unfold, right? Rotate the shoulder down, rotate that shoulder down, right? You take your sword, right? On the sword there is these two rectangular things there, and there's two pegs there. Right, and you have him in his robotic stegosaurus mode. A very nice figure. You just gotta manage the feet a little bit, making sure he's leveled. But it's a very nice figure. It's a very nice figure. Now, if I were to be that person to nitpick on the original, I'm talking about the original Snarl, I think there should have been another one of these blades back here. And then it's like a really large scale that pops out of the back. That's the only thing I'm kind of looking at, what's kind of weird. The first time I transformed it, I was like, wait a minute, that tail doesn't look like it's supposed to go there. It's supposed to go somewhere over here. But that's just me. It could be you too. You know, if it is, leave it down in the comments. Right? So that is what it looks like from this side. Matter of fact, let me get the stage, get a little closer. So that's what it looks from this side. That's what it looks like from this corner. That's what it looks like from the front. That's what it looks like from this corner, from this side, and the back. Now, let's go into articulation while we're in this mode. So you still have the full function of the back legs, no matter which leg you're operating. You have the swivel down here for the feet, and you can go back and forth. Right? And not only that, you can use, my goodness, stop doing that. You can also use, you can kind of use this piece right here to make some other movements that you might need. Front, let's talk about the front. You have 360 degrees for the front, and the foot just moves back and forth. The mouth does open, right? Not a problem. You cannot stick any flames or in there. That type of thing, you just can't do that. All right. Anything else? I think that's about it. Now, the one thing here about the head is that it doesn't twist or move up and down. It's locked into place. Let's keep a mouth open. Right, so we're going to put them down here. We're going to do some scales, of course. So we're going to do the first one that came out, which is Grimlock here. And if my camera does a really good job, you can tell this gray is a little darker than this gray. So maybe Takara has a different version of this Grimlock that will match with the rest of them. Also, the gold is a little lighter on this version. Let's bring in Slag. One thing I want to say about Slag, I hope there is a Takara version of this, because I would love to have this mane in silver. You know, in silver, have this piece right here in silver, keep everything else the same, match the gray with this gray, and I will be fine. I will probably buy that again, you know, to tell you the honest truth about it. We're gonna bring in Sludge. Right? So we have 4 out of 5. Give you the scale. Now, if you're a comic book head, this lineup is kind of incorrect. Now, Sludge is supposed to be the biggest, followed by Grimlock. It's a third person will probably be Snarl, and then Slag will probably be last. Swoop, not exactly sure where Swoop comes in the scale. I'm not exactly sure how big that is, but I have to do my research on that. So that is the scale for this. You can put them in a pattern. Nope, you're in front. You know, put them in a pattern type of thing going on. Now, as for the other two, Slag and Sludge, they do not have their guns and their shoulder mounted weapons. They just came with one sword. You're only getting one sword with this piece. Now, before we do anything else, just bringing in the Battle of Autobot City, and he doesn't fit on here completely, so you kind of have to place him in front of it. So there you have that. So we're gonna go back into the robot mode, but I'm gonna change one thing going back, because there's an alternate version of the robot mode to get it a little closer to the G1 version. So we're gonna do that. So we're gonna just flip this up, and we're going to bring this leg around. We're going to flip this foot up, bring this leg around, just to get it ready. Right? We take this right here, we're going to bring this up, get that ready, like that. Make sure the mouth is closed. You take this piece off, and we're going to go in here, and we need to unplug this. Separate this right as far as you can get. Now back here, you want to disconnect these two panels here, right? And you want to flip over like so. Now before you go any further, you need to go into this panel right here, and you need to open this. And you want to take this head, flip it inside. And you want to continue on doing that. Make sure that rests right there. And you want to plug this back in. We're going to take the feet. We're going to bring the feet up like this. We're going to separate like that. Now we're going to keep this, and we're going to bring it down like that. We're going to leave it there. We're going to take this leg. Excuse me. We're going to take this leg and bring this down. Right, we're going to leave that there. And we're just going to simply just close this up. This one's already closed. That's okay. We're going to turn at the waist. I'm going to bring this down. Right? Now we're going to take the animal leg. We're going to bring this back. Take the animal leg, bring that back. You're going to unplug the shoulder here. Bring this down on the bicep, and it's going to plug into place as you do so. So there's going to be a click there, which is fine. You go in here, flip this over. Take the hand, turn it around, right? Bring this in, like so. And as you do so, you want to unplug, turn around, put it in like that. So there's a peg here on the back. Let me just show you that before I continue on. There's a peg here, and then there's a hole in the foot. Right, I'm gonna demonstrate that one more time on the other side, but that's one arm. Right? Other side, get this hand out first. You're gonna turn it around. We're going to turn this foot around. We're going to bring this up. There's a peg there, hole in the foot. And then you break it like that. Bring this down. Like that. Like so. Take the tail. Separate. Take this piece, bring it back. Use your finger to push the head up, bring it into place. Take this tail, bring it down. You take this piece right here, you flip it up, and it pegs into these two rectangular things there. Right? We're going to use a third-party sword. Right, show you that how that looks. We got to get the rockers into place because it's standing funny. Get the rockers into place, and there's your third-party sword. That's what it, I like. That's what I like right there. But if we need to use the stock sword, I should say, you have that. All right, so let's do some comparisons in the robot mode. We got a Studio Series Deluxe Jazz. He was in the movie. We have Blaster. And finally, we have Ultra Magnus. And that's how that looks. So just bring in his peoples. I'm in the center. We're gonna put Grimlock on that side. Put Sledge over here. And I'm gonna put Slag there. Why not? Okay. So there you have it. You have the Studio Series 86-19 Leader Class Dinobot Snarl, whose function is Desert Warrior, and there it is. So I hope you enjoy this video. I do really like this figure. I've been messing around it way too long than the other ones, but I do like it. I really do like it. So if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. If you have any questions or comments, put them down below. I also like to thank Luffy Gamer 1 for subscribing to the channel, and also Yarjik, I believe your name is Yarjik, for also subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your support. I'm getting a little closer to 1,000, but then again, I think they changed it to 1,500 or something like that, 1,500 subscribers or something like that. Not exactly sure. I have to find that out. Coming soon will be the last 3 robots and Rise of the Beast figures. I'm gonna get it, the last 3. And then we have 2 more Tobots figures coming up on this channel. So please stay tuned for that. And I want to say thank you one more time, and stay tuned for the next video. Goodbye.